Welcome to the Merch Minds podcast, where we discuss everything about the Merch by Amazon business and the print-on-demand industry. Here are your hosts, Glen and Yong.
Welcome to Merch Minds podcast, episode number 32, and we have a good one for you today. These are the kind of topics that Yong likes, very scandalous. Glen with Hustler Hacks here, Yong, my co-host.
Hey.
And we're going to be talking about...
I'm a man of few words today.
A man of few words. So it looks like I'm going to be doing a lot of talking, and we're going to be talking about copyright and copycats and trademark stuff and Amazon's new update that people have been waiting for us to respond to, which we haven't really done a lot of responding, actually. We just kind of been doing our own thing and kind of waiting for this show to kind of talk about it and maybe our point of view. But even before we even start that, our point of view is not even going to matter. What's going to matter is Amazon's point of view on copycats and what they ultimately decide to do, right?
Absolutely. I mean, let that be a disclosure. Whatever that we talk about today's episode, this is just our own personal opinion. Because like Glenn said, I mean, we can talk about certain things, but at the end of the day, it's Amazon that makes the rules because it is their platform, so it's their playground. So we have to abide by those rules.
Yes, we do. And so we're going to get into that. We're going to get into our numbers. Before we start any of that stuff, letting everybody know this episode is sponsored by Merch Candy. So professional designs, high quality designs, only $10 each. No worrying about niches, none of that stuff. They're ready to go. All you got to do is buy them, plug them in to your Merch by Amazon account. So you want to give it a try, go to merchcandy.com/merchminds and 2 free designs when you sign up. So that's merchcandy.com/merchminds for your special Yong offer.
Yes, absolutely.
So you're going to tell me how your numbers have been. I know at least last time we talked, you were pretty pumped about the numbers, and now it looks like May, like you projected, is doing very well for you. So tell us.
As I predicted. Okay, I don't mess around. Okay, now in all seriousness, my numbers are looking really good. Although it has been very rocky. Like, I mean, you and I were talking earlier in the week. Like, I don't remember ever seeing my numbers just go up and down so much. Usually it's like a steady growth, and there might be like a slight dip, and then it'll kind of come back up. I mean, this month has just been up, down, up, down, up, down. But finally, the last 3-4 days has been really, really solid. I don't remember how many shirts I was averaging last episode, maybe 13, 14 or something like that. I'm now averaging about 16 shirts per day. Let's see, my 7-day total right now is as of now, it's 3:40 in the afternoon. Thursday, my 7-day average right now is 139 shirts. And my royalty for the time being is $935.48. Solid numbers. They're continuing to grow, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed, man. We all know, if you guys listen to the podcast, you guys all know I'm trying to break that 4,500 mark in royalties by the end of June. And we all know next month is June. We'll see how that plays out. But numbers are growing. And, I did some calculation. Mm-hmm. And so right now, I'm on pace to do anywhere between $3,200 to $3,400 for this month in royalties. Now, if I can just somehow, and I'm averaging 16 shirts per day, if I can somehow sell 4 more shirts per day for a total of 20 shirts, I'll break the 4K mark. And I'm trying to figure out how I can do that. So we'll see.
Well,
We'll see.
I don't know if you wanted to share this or not, but you want to tell the fans like your recent shirt that's been doing very well. Not what it is, but just what
Sure.
happened and how
Yeah.
this became.
Right. Well, I think. Well, originally I had talked about it about 2, 3 episodes ago.
Hmm.
I had purchased a font for a particular design. I don't know if you remember this episode or not, Glenn, but I had bought this font for this particular design, um, and it's a simple text-based design. But again, I purchased this font because it was appropriate for this word, right?
Hmm.
Um, and so that was about 3 weeks ago. Within 24 hours of the shirt being approved and being uploaded, I had sold one within 24 hours. And then, over the last 2, 3 weeks, sales has just been picking up for this particular shirt. And today, I've already sold 8.
Of this one
Just
shirt that
one
just
shirt.
snowballed its way up there.
Hmm. And this is why we always say font selection is important.
Yeah.
You don't. I mean, even if your shirts are just text-based, you don't just use just random fonts. I mean, you have to understand fonts. Again, font selection is really important. And yeah, so it worked out in my favor, right? I mean, I think I paid what, $35 for this font.
$35 for Comic Sans? That's ridiculous.
And yeah, it's been paying off really good.
Nice. Very nice to hear. And I totally agree with you. My numbers have been very similar to you as far as going like up and down. Like I had those like 50 burgers that came in out of nowhere, like 50 sales. I was like, nice. And then followed by the next day of like 16. And then the next day I was like, 45 sales. I was like, all right,
Yeah.
cool. We're back on track. And then followed by like 20.
Yeah.
And then another one is like 40 something. And it just kept on doing that. And it's been doing that, I think, for the last at least 10 days or so. Like it's been really weird.
Mhm.
The first week or so, it was really, really good because of the Mother's Day sales. I think that really, really helped. Kind of sparked it up again, got me back on track. And then once Mother's Day kind of ended, then it kind of started falling, and then it went back up, and then up and down, up and down. So it's been like that over and over. The last 7 days, I was at like 250 something products sold, and then that went down to like 200, and it went back up to like 230, and so it's been kind of all over the place.
Yeah, it's been a weird month, man.
Yeah. So I'm still kind of like around the same, like around the 1,300 mark per week. The first week I was at the 1,500-1,600 mark. So I don't know. It's I'm still projected to do, if it stays like this, I'll do like 48 to 5,500 or something. I don't know.
Solid numbers.
So let's see. Let's just see what happens, and I'm just gonna keep adding shirts. But how was your payout for April?
Yeah.
Because I don't think we talked about that.
So our payout was posted last night for April.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, my payout's going to be about $2,300.
Okay.
And that's about $40 less than the previous month.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah, but like I said, this month I'm on pace to do 3,200. And if I can maintain this growth for the next 3-4 months, oh my gosh, it'll be really, really good.
This guy's gonna be a warlord out there.
Hey, I might even surpass you at this point.
Look at this guy's on fire. Now he's just talking, but he's on fire right now.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So April, my fell, which we talked about last time. I thought it was gonna be more of like $1,000 less almost. It was still a lot less than March, but short by like 500 and something bucks. So my payout for April was $4,536.
Nice. I mean, you know what? In some parts of the country, people can make a comfortable living with that.
Hey, in my parts of the country, I can make a comfortable living with that.
Not here. You can't. That's just rent alone.
So I don't know. I'm gonna see what else I can do with that, but I don't know if you can see, but right now my office is just like a mess. I have things all over the place, and I need to like not only do I need to clean up, but listing and more shirts and eBay. I have a lot of stuff I need to catch up on. But now, with the new guidelines, which we're going to talk about, and copycat detection and everything, I was
What?
like, man, I gotta.
New guidelines? What are we talking about?
Where did this come from? Now I'm kind of like, man, instead of adding new shirts, I don't know if I need to go back. Do I need to start reporting? Before we started doing this, I found maybe like 5 copycats, like legit pixel by pixel copycats from my shirts that I need to report. But I was like, man, I don't know if I should spend the rest of the day today to like go through to see any other pixel by pixel copycats out there. But I don't know.
Yeah, and this is something that you and I have been talking about this whole week because, man, people are losing their damn minds over this.
Yeah, it's getting out of control. And so this came out on the 15th, which was 3 days ago. So I'm going to read just the message that came on everybody's dashboard. In order to protect your intellectual property, we have launched improvements to copycat design detection. Please review the criteria for copycat detection as well as our newly updated policy guidelines. During the next 30 days, we invite all content creators, which is Yong and me, to review their listings and remove infringing designs. After 30 days, failure to comply with our policies will result in the suspension and or termination of your Merch by Amazon account. And love Amazon. Just kidding.
Are you sure it doesn't say love Jeff?
No, it doesn't say any of that, but it could. Okay. Actually, it should. So that's from them, and they actually broke that down a little further in their terms, and so in their terms, it says what is a copycat design, as far as what Amazon, I guess, calls a copycat design in their own dictionary, and they say copycat designs are strictly prohibited and defined as the following. 3 bullet points. Exact reproductions of the entirety or significant portion of original artwork. So let's just go through them and then we'll talk about them.
Yeah.
Because exactly. You're looking at me like, what's the deal with this guy? Is he going to read all of them or not? The next one. Resized, recolored, or visually adjusted reproductions of original artwork. And last one, design reproductions containing distinct design elements.
Okay.
So those are the 3 bullet points that they define a copycat design.
Okay. Yeah, and we have a lot to talk about because, frankly, I mean, this is in my opinion, a very vague list of what they expect from us. So the first bullet point, exact reproduction of the entirety or a significant portion of original artwork. I think that one's pretty much common sense, right?
Exact reproduction.
That's a pixel by pixel. If you guys are out there doing that, first of all, you guys know that's a no-no. You should never be doing that. So I think that one's pretty much everyone should know that one.
So pixel by pixel, would you go as far and just tell everybody that they deserve to get banned if they're doing pixel by pixel?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, but honestly, no, seriously, people might not know that it's not allowed. You just
Young.
Hey, no, you and I know. Seriously.
Yes.
Because we have a background in this, right? We were taught this. Hey, some people just don't have that knowledge. I swear.
But exact pixel by pixel copying, you don't know if that's not allowed to take somebody's work
I don't know, man.
Pixel by pixel.
Hey, there's some people out there, man. They're just uneducated. No. I'm telling you.
And also there are ones that are doing it on purpose.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
Of course.
Okay.
But resized, recolored, or visually adjusted reproductions of original artwork. I mean, you don't take someone's pixel by pixel artwork and change the color red to blue, change the color green to yellow, and then call it your own. That's just, again, that's, I think, is pretty common sense. You don't do that, right? Just because you resize something doesn't, now it doesn't make it different all of a sudden.
Yeah,
um
I guess a perfect example, I guess, for that one would be, um, let's say if we have a shirt that says merch mines in two lines, and then it's green for some weird reason,
mhm.
slime green, and then you change it to yellow, and then you make it on your own shirt, but you make it, let's say, I don't know, like 20% smaller than our original design, and it's a different
Exactly.
color.
Yeah,
So if you do those two things, I mean, it's still our design,
absolutely.
and you
Now,
didn't do much.
yeah, exactly. The third one is where I'm a little confused. Okay, the
Okay.
third bullet point: design reproductions containing distinct design elements. Now, this is where I get a little confused, and you and I had this long conversation earlier in the week. Okay, let me give you guys a good example, or like a good scenario. Okay, so let's say, for example, Glenn makes a shirt that says "Go out and get it." Right?
Hmm.
He uses his own font, and let's say on the top of his slogan there, he has a couple of stars, and then on the bottom of the slogan, he has a couple of more stars. Okay, original artwork, original font, and then let's say I come in, right, and go out and get. First of all, did you ever trademark "Go out and get it"?
Maybe.
Okay, but let's just say for this example, "Go out and get it" is not trademarked. All right, so I come in and I'll make the same shirt. Again, I use my own fonts, something that I paid for, premium fonts, um, you know, different font. Okay, so let's say you use the sans serif and I use a serif. Okay,
Hmm.
so completely different font, same slogan. And then let's say I have a star, a couple of stars to the left and to the right of the slogan, right?
Hmm.
Remember, yours is on the top and bottom.
Hmm.
But is Amazon saying, well, I don't know, Young, those stars look identical to what Glenn has on his shirt. Are they gonna slap my hand for that? I mean, I don't get it. I mean, what is this? What does that mean? Distinct design elements. That's where I'm a little confused.
Yeah. And maybe when we would just take it to, well, that's the thing. I think anybody can think about it in different ways, and we're not going to know who's right or who's wrong in this point. But so let's say that is your example. Do you think that you are taking distinct, I don't know, design elements from my design?
Well, so I mean, here's the thing, right? And in the world of design, everything's been done. Believe it or not, everything's been done. We just don't know about it because this world's so big and there's so many designers. We just don't see everything, right?
Hmm.
Um, a good, it could just be coincidence that I accidentally made this shirt with the same elements. And let me give you guys a good example. Several years ago, when Steve Jobs died, right, when he passed away, there was a kid in, I don't remember, he was in China or Singapore somewhere, right? He redesigned the Apple logo, and where the bite mark is in the
Hmm.
Apple logo,
Hmm.
and you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so so this kid in China or Singapore or Malaysia, I can't remember where the hell he's from. You guys can look it up on the internet. But he redesigned, in honor of Steve Jobs, he redesigned the Apple logo, and where the Apple bite is, there was a silhouette of Steve Jobs' face, and people were praising this kid, saying, "Oh my gosh, that's this is awesome. That's great work." A week later, come to find out, okay, that logo was already done by someone else, okay, but it just happened, okay. This kid did not copy this other guy's design. It just happened to be coincidence, okay. So where do you draw the line between coincidence and just blatant, ripping off people's design, right? Because like I said, everything's been done before. Okay, that B of A logo that you guys probably see every day. There's probably another logo out there somewhere that looks very similar to it. We just
Yeah.
don't know about it, right? So at some point, like, where do you say, okay, well, this just happens to be a coincidence?
Well, I think Amazon will be able to tell from their own data if
But
it's like a coincidence or not. I
see,
mean,
but again, I mean, let's use this kid as an example. This kid from China, right? His logo looked identical to the one that this other guy had made about a year or two before. Okay, it just happens to be it was the same logo. It was an Apple logo with the silhouette of Steve Jobs' face. Okay, so let's say hypothetically for this example, both these guys made that shirt for Merch by Amazon, right?
hmm
Now, is his account going to be banned based on coincidence? Okay, I'm a firm believer of 95% of people doing Merch by Amazon are honest. I firmly believe that, and I think there's
95%.
I believe most of us are honest people trying to make an honest living, and we want to abide and obey the rules that Amazon provides. But I think some of the rules are a little vague, um, and but there are that small portion of people, they're just in it for the quick buck, and they want to try and make as much money as they can, and then at the end of the day, if they get suspended, they get suspended.
I think you're very kind with saying 95% of
Okay,
people
maybe
on
maybe
merch.
okay, maybe that number is a little too high, but okay, let me rephrase that. I think most of us doing Merch by Amazon are honest, and we want to be ethical, and we want to follow rules. If those rules were really set in stone and really clear about what Amazon expects.
Yeah, and we can only expect so much though, because I mean this is only a year and a half old.
It's only a year and a half old. I
It's
get it.
it's a,
I
it's a
get it.
it's a small little baby.
I get it. No, I absolutely get it. It's a year and a half old. It's a small baby. It's going to continue to grow and make improvements. But at the same time, like I said, if they're going to change the rules and policies, in my opinion, and don't get me wrong, I love Amazon. In my opinion, if they're going to change the rules like that, it'll be really nice to have distinct and precise instructions for us to follow. Because again, like I said, I think most of us are honest and ethical people who want to follow the rules if they were just laid out for us so that we can follow them.
I mean, yes and no, and let me tell you why. Because
So
yeah,
wait, hold on. So you're saying Amazon shouldn't give us precise rules then? Is that what you're saying?
no, I think that they should,
Okay. I
but
I thought that's what you were going to disagree with.
no. I think they should, but I also think that a lot of that is like I don't know. I mean, your example saying earlier that people don't know, I guess, about copying or like they don't know as far as pixel by pixel stuff goes. I mean, to me, I'm just like, you can't steal somebody else's stuff. I mean, that's given. And the thing is with Amazon is that we know, like I have like 4 or 5 copycats that I've told you that I need to report before I even started here. I
Hmm.
think a lot, like I've seen a lot of these same designs that I've created on a whole bunch of other sites now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
Same here.
yeah, like it's not even all on Amazon anymore. And I think Amazon has done a good job as far as like getting rid of those so far. But with allowing more people in, a lot of these are going to keep happening with the copycats that I mean, there's a lot of people that are just straight up, they come in and that's the first thing they're doing is copying.
Okay.
Like they're not even trying to like make
Right.
their own.
No. So my argument is, I'm not saying it's a bad thing that Amazon is implementing this new rule. I love it. Okay, it has its pros and cons.
Mm-hmm.
My argument is, if they're going to do something like this, if they're going to implement a new rule like this, I think they should give us a little more detail. I'm not saying that this new rule is bad. That's not what I'm saying at all.
Okay.
what I'm saying, as a fellow content creator, just like you, I love this new rule, but it has its pros and cons. And one of the cons just happens to be the rule is very vague, especially that third bullet point. That's all I'm
Which
saying.
is design element.
Right. And I'll give that good example of if you had made that shirt that said go out and get it, and you had those stars in the top and bottom, and then if I made that same shirt with the same slogan but with a different font and different look and everything, but I happen to have two stars on the side now, are they
Mhm.
going to say, well, first of all, this is the same slogan, and second of all, he has a couple of stars, um, that looks identical. Now, in the perfect world, right, outside of Amazon, I think that's completely okay with what I did.
Yeah.
Okay, but we all know Amazon doesn't play; they make their own rules. We
Yeah.
all know that. That's just what I'm worried about. It's like, what does Amazon expect from us? Make that clear so we can follow your directions. That's
They're
all
gonna
I'm
be
saying.
like, you know what? That's a serif font. You know what? I like that. Just kidding.
Right. No, but,
We're
but
gonna push this design more.
you get my point though, right?
Yeah.
If they just made it a little more clear, I think most of us would be more than happy to follow the directions. I honestly believe that. I think most of us are in it for the long run, and to be honest and ethical.
Yeah. And I think here's my point of why I think you would be worried and why others are worried, and that's just because we don't know how many strikes people get, and if you don't mean to do anything bad, sometimes things happen or things slip up to where maybe you get a shirt taken down because someone does say that you are copying them when you're not. Maybe you didn't know there was a trademark on something, even though you did do your research. Maybe trademark, it didn't catch it, but you did it anyway. But you didn't do it on purpose, but maybe it was on there. That gets taken down, and maybe we do have these so-called, X's on your account. How many of those do you get before you're gone? That's another thing we don't know. So I think that's the only thing, I think kind of the main thing that does kind of worry the honest, merch lovers out there that really want to do something good for the platform is just that we don't know how many of those we can get, whether we don't mean to do it, but how many of those do you get before you're terminated?
Yeah, and trust me, I slipped a bunch of times where like I've made a design, and I just for some reason just completely forgot to check the trademark, and by the time I uploaded it, I'm like, oh damn, I forgot to check the trademark.
Yeah. What can I expect? You're a mere human.
Yeah, and that's what I'm worried about, right? It's things like that, right? And so like I said, it has its pros and cons. The pro is, it's a good thing for us honest content creators like you and I. It protects us from potential copycats. Hopefully this will really cut back on that.
Yeah.
But again, there are some good and bad. And now my next concern is, are people just going to go balls to the wall and just report everyone? Right.
And I don't think they will. I don't think they will, because I think you have to have a legitimate reason to do so. And if your shirt somewhat looks like it, I don't think that's good enough.
Right. And I'm glad you said that, and I hope that's the case, Glenn. But I know some people, man, they just want to. I know this, man. There's a handful of people, they just want to control that particular market, that particular niche. Even though it's not a complete copyright, I know someone's out there going to start reporting it, and oh man, this is a copyright, and he copied my design. Look, if that's the way you want to play the game, I'm a firm believer of karma. I believe what goes around and come around, and if you're going to practice that, I hope in the future at some point you get kicked out.
Yeah.
Only do it if you're 2,000% positive that someone stole your design. Otherwise, look, guys, let's be honest and ethical here, man. Don't try and control the market, okay? Don't go balls to the wall and just try and control a particular niche and stuff. It's just, look, let's play the game fairly.
And here's why I don't think that would fly. Like, I've had trouble just trying to report my own pixel by pixel copycats. So I can only imagine someone trying to control the market to get others down if their design isn't a pixel by pixel and just, I guess, has like somewhat of a design element. I would think that would be a lot harder to take somebody down because of that. And here I am like, oh, we need more information to get this copycat pixel by pixel down, which they've emailed me back before. I can only imagine that it would be a lot harder to get someone down like that. So I don't think that would be a huge problem in that
I
case.
hope not.
But one of the things I did want to talk about, though, is part of the design element, and that would be there's people talking, of course, different groups and forums and other things like that on how and what they think, which really doesn't matter because what matters is what Amazon thinks. But from a design perspective, if you're using, let's say, go out and get it, and you have go out on one line and get it on another line, and then on my design I have go out, and then I have and on the second line, get it on the third line. I think on my end, that's already two different placements as far as using, you're using the same words. And I think overall that's already different placement. But if you're using a totally different font as well, who am I to say that the customer doesn't want that shirt with a serif font? Who am I to say that the customer doesn't want it in a sans serif font? Maybe they like the font that Yong chose more than the one that I chose. And to say that, well, go out and get it shirts, there's a bunch of them, it's flooded, there's 10 different ones. Okay, I don't know what Amazon's policy is with flooded niches. They didn't say anything about flooding the niches, but if I think that, I think this shirt is really going to sell because I use this font, and then it doesn't sell, I'm not the market. Like, I'm not the customer. I can't make those decisions. Either can Yong, and Yong could say, this shirt is awesome, it's going to sell instantly, and then it doesn't. But you know what? Maybe it does. Like, the market controls this stuff. We don't. Like, that's why I think it's kind of ridiculous for someone to kind of think that just because the same words are used different ways that they're copying each other, like that can't be the case, because a customer could prefer it this way.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always good to have, well, first of all, it's always good to have just competition in general, right?
Yeah.
But variation is good, right? Like you said, if I like my stars on the top and the bottom of the slogan, well, damn it, I'm going to buy a shirt with the stars on the top and the bottom of the slogan. If I like it on the side of the slogan, well, damn it, I'm going to buy the shirt with the stars on the side. Who's to say I can't buy a shirt, right, based on the stars with the same elements, just placed differently? And granted, like I said, it's a completely different design, but it's got the same stars. Who's to say I can't buy a shirt based on that, right? Look, and it kind of goes back to what we always preach, right? Design is always prominent. Okay, you put out a good product and it sells and people would like it, well, Amazon's they're not going to punish you for that, right? If you put out a garbage product, and I've seen those shirts, man, where it's and by the way, I'm not saying this to be harsh or nothing, but I've seen shirts with text-based, again, nothing wrong with text-based shirts, but it's just the wrong text and font selection, right? And it's just garbage. It doesn't make sense. You put out stuff like that and it doesn't sell, well then Amazon's probably gonna at some point probably take it down. Well they will, right? With the whole 90-day purge. But
if it does sell, which we've seen garbage, maybe ones that don't really look that great, some of them also do sell, and
they do.
Me and Yong can say they look like crap or they're garbage, but if they sell and the customer likes it, like, I can't, like, none of us can judge that person to say
we can't. We really can't.
Like, we what the customer likes.
Right. Personally, we can criticize it, but we can't judge the consumer. We really can't. Right?
Yeah, so I think that I know, but the design element part, that's where the things that I really wanted to
Mhm.
talk about as far as like me and Young in that case is that we don't even know if the shirt is going to sell. So if we want it to be a great, positive looking shirt for, you know, Amazon and for the customer, cool. But that's still no guarantee anyone's going to buy it.
Mhm.
You know, the
Yeah.
customer is going to decide that. And, or if you're driving traffic to it, you're marketing it. I mean, there's different things to do that. But, you know, I'm no one to decide for the customer if they want to buy that or not.
Mhm. But yeah, it's just. I mean, I don't know. I would say, look, if you're doing everything by the book, if you're, and now again, we're all human. We make mistakes. But if you believe you're following the rules and you're doing everything correctly, I don't think you have anything to be worried about. I really don't.
Yeah.
I think you'll be completely fine. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep buying your fonts. Premium fonts with a commercial license. Um, put up great designs. Always check your trademark. Um, you know, as long as you follow the rules, I think you'll be fine. I think I've seen a lot of comments in the group, and uh, again, I didn't really respond to many because I wanted to talk about it on this particular episode. But I think people are just being really, really paranoid. Okay.
And I think, well, after all this, because days have gone by now, it's the 15th, and once they put the update out, and so it looks like some people have gotten emails based off of this whole copycat thing.
See, I
I
didn't know
haven't,
that. I didn't know
yeah,
that. I didn't know people were already getting emails.
yeah, I haven't gotten one either, but some people have, and and this is actually from another group that I saw, not Merch Minds, but actually, which is kind of funny. But I actually got this from another group. But they got an email, and it just says that during our review processes, we have found one or more of your designs that incorporate elements of another user's design.
Mm.
Um, Amazon takes intellectual property very seriously. Please review our frequently asked questions and content policy to make sure that all of your designs comply with our policies. And it'll give you the T-shirt that they feel is copying someone else's. Please remove all designs that do not comply with the Merch by Amazon policies immediately, or your account will be terminated. Click more on how to delete live T-shirts and stuff like that. So I don't know if they take it down for you, which has happened before. Like all of a sudden you get an email and then your shirt is taken down, or sometimes they just tell you take the shirt down and then you take it down or not. I don't know. It's kind of like, it just depends on the person. But in this particular case, um, it tells you we have found one or more designs, that incorporate elements of another user's design. And you said you've never seen this or heard about it. Yeah, I know someone or some people have just barely started posting it, but
Yeah. Well, first of all, I can't lie and say, oh, I wasn't paranoid. I was pretty paranoid myself earlier in the week. So I messaged you this morning, Glenn. I went in there and I deleted about a dozen shirts that I thought were maybe, considered uh, copyright or I'm sorry, not copyright, copycat. Even though they weren't, they're original designs, but I can see why it might be considered because they were parody shirts. Um, so they were kind of in the gray area, and I don't know what Amazon thinks about parody shirts. So I went in there and I just deleted about a dozen shirts.
mm-hmm. But I guess when I read this is just my prediction. I don't know if this is really going to help anybody or not, but this is my prediction, especially when I read this. And I kind of think about it in the long run and how much work goes into this. I can see Amazon hiring people to check designs as far as like when someone submits it and clearly your shirt says Michael Jordan on it. I mean, these are just obvious ones, right? So, the first couple of months into merch, we didn't have that thing where you had to submit something and wait for it to get approved and processed. it just went through and you're done. And then down the road, they had this part come in. And to me, I personally thought that, they probably had like a team to kind of go through this to see certain words that go through. Okay, well, that's not going to fly. It has obvious trademarked words, celebrities' names and NBA, NFL teams and things like that. So I thought that was obvious. Okay, it's not going to get accepted. Doesn't go through. At this point, I think reading this and kind of thinking about it more, design elements, I think that Amazon has kind of like a very similar image Google search that I think they can kind of do in their own platform and search that anything that looks very close to somebody else's design that's already been on there won't get accepted, and or the other ones will be terminated like pixel by pixel or something very close. That's what I think what they would have to do, or at least what maybe they are doing that, because that would probably be the simplest way to kind of do it, to see copycats and how they're doing it is, I mean, you can do a reverse Google search on anything and see where that came from. So I think that they would do something similar like that, except on their own platform, and see if there's anything else very similar to that image that's copying.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what kind of technology that they have behind the doors, but I mean, it'll be really interesting to see how this pursues, how this continues as we continue with our Merch by Amazon career, if that's what you want to call it, business. But I think in the long run, this is for the better, right? This is obviously to eliminate the copycats. And here's the thing: you guys been complaining about the copycats for a year and a half now, and now that Amazon comes out with something, now you guys are bitching about it. Okay, come on. Again, I think if you're playing by the rules, I think if you're doing everything that you're supposed to, I think you have nothing to be worried about. Keep putting up quality designs, and I think you'll be fine.
And if you are worried about it and you are still following the rules and you do get dings on your account and you eventually get terminated, then I don't know what else to say, because if you're doing everything right, at least you think you are, and to the most part you are.
Yeah.
Then I don't know. Then I'm just willing to say that maybe Amazon just wouldn't be worth it at that point. If you're really following all the rules, then what's the whole point of the whole thing?
Mm-hmm.
Then it's time for Shopify and other print-on-demand.
Well, the good
sites.
thing is, it sounds like since you mentioned that Amazon's already sending out emails, at least they're telling you guys, instead of just terminating your account, they're now telling you up front, saying, "Hey, you got this shirt that's it's kind of questionable. Go ahead and remove it." At least they're now telling you, right? Because Amazon has a reputation of just terminating accounts and then asking questions second. So at least they're now telling you in advance, saying, "Hey, this shirt is you might want to remove it." So
yeah, and when we were talking, I was kind of going through my shirts, and I was kind of like, I don't know, like going through them and seeing, but what can there be that would be a copycat of anything else that I've done, and the fonts that I've chosen, or even the placement on the shirt, even if it is like text-based shirts, I really don't have anything else that kind of looks like that. And I think that I purposely wanted to look like somebody else's shirt, then I just would have done that. But like I was kind of just going through them, and I was like, I don't have anything else that looks like the other ones. And as far as like wording goes, I mean, trademarked words or slogans, I mean, if it's not trademarked, then I don't know why that wouldn't be fair use to use anyway. If it's out in the open and it's not trademarked by or owned by anybody, then I don't know what that problem would be anyway. So
yeah. And here's the thing, guys. Like we had requests from members of our group saying, "Oh, you guys should interview a trademark attorney." Okay, we don't have a problem doing that, but the problem is, number one, you interview five different trademark attorneys, you probably get five different answers. Number one,
It's like
but
talking to an Amazon rep.
exactly right. But number two, all that you know, everything that they tell us goes out the window because Amazon plays again by their own rules. We don't know what Amazon is telling us to do, because like I said, because some of their instructions are really really vague.
And that's just part of the game, and that me and Yang already know about. And if you've been selling on FBA, you know that's part of it too, where things come out with books, and now you can't sell certain books, or now you can't sell certain brands, or now you're restricted in this. Things go on. They're trying to improve their platform, which not everybody's going to agree. That's with Kindle publishing. That's with merch. That's with FBA. That's with merchant fulfilled. I mean, all of these things. I mean, they have to constantly change things, update it, make it better, but not everybody's going to agree with it. And that's just another case with this. And I can guarantee you that there's going to be another one.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Down the road, and then another one down the road, and then another one down the road, that they're going to change these rules and these terms. And we just have to obey them and sell on their platform and do the right thing. And that's it. You'll be fine.
And in a way, this is kind of like a good thing, right? Because it keeps us on our toes, right? Are they following our instructions, right? It keeps us on our toes. We just had a conversation right before this podcast. Shout out to Debbie Weeder. She said something that kind of stuck out. She said she likes to read, so she goes in there all the time. She was saying, and she reads all the terms of services. Every time they make changes, she says she goes in there and she reads all that. And maybe that's something that we should do, all of us, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's part of the problem, is that most of us don't like to read, right? And it's the God honest truth, right? We don't like to read, and instead they'll go into a Facebook group and ask silly questions when they really should have just went in and read for themselves all the terms of services.
Yeah.
Again, and I speak for all of us. Maybe that's something that we should do. Just go in there on a regular basis and just read the terms of services whenever they make changes.
Yeah, we should read them as a group. Take turns.
have a story time.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's something that thanks to Debbie, that's something that I want to try and start doing. But yeah, I think again, put out good designs. Here's the thing, and maybe you might think that I'm kind of getting sidetracked with this, but in my opinion, I'm really not. Okay, and this is the thing. I keep saying put out good designs. Okay, if you guys really, really want to take your business seriously, and you want to see improvements, and you want to make Amazon happy, okay, I've said this so many times. Pay a premium price for your designs. Okay, if you want to pay for designs, pay a premium price. Okay, this $5 crap, man, that's just not going to cut it. Okay, pay a premium price, get a good design, and get Amazon off your back. If you do that, I can almost guarantee you that you're not going to have any issues. Okay,
to be safe, yes.
No, people go on Fiverr, right? Glenn, you and I had this conversation, man. I'm a firm believer that majority of the people that advertise themselves as a graphic designer on Fiverr, guess what, people? They're not graphic designers. Well, how do I know? I've seen their portfolio. Garbage. Okay, I'm not saying I'm the world's greatest designer myself, but I tell you what, my stuff look 20 times better than what they're advertising. And you know what? If they're really good designers, why the hell are they selling their services for $5? If they're that good, I don't care where they live, Philippines, Afghanistan, Kuwait. If you're a good designer, you don't sell your services for $5. It's not even $5. What is it like? Doesn't Fiverr take a portion? So they probably get like $3.
Yeah.
You think a good designer is going to sell their services for $3? Get the hell out of here, man! Are you kidding me?
Triggered. Look at this guy. Now this is what we came for.
No, this is real talk, right? This is real talk. People trying to take advantage of good designers. Well, I can only pay you $5. Well, get out of here, man. Go on Fiverr. And pay for that garbage T-shirt, that garbage design, and we'll see how long your account lasts.
And at the same time, yes, I do agree. Paying good money, paying premium money, getting a great design ultimately does help you and you're staying safe. But yes, keep in mind it does not guarantee that your shirt is going to sell. And that's the thing.
No, absolutely.
That it's like, well, if I'm paying this much, then my shirt better sell 10 today or I'm going to be pissed off.
Yeah, yeah, and guess what, people? Those graphic designers, on Fiverr, okay, who charges $4 or $5 for a design. They're not here. Red flag, people. They're not paying $40 for a premium font because they can't afford it. Okay, they're downloading bootleg versions. This is real talk. Real talk, man. Real talk. Okay, so I'm sick of people going on Fiverr, man. Sick of it. And I get it. Every now and then you get that diamond in the rough. You get that one designer who does honest, good work, and if that's the case, take care of them. Give them bonuses.
Yeah, that's just the same with everything. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you that every single Fiverr designer is crap because I'm pretty sure, like you said, there are probably some good ones. Same thing with people selling on merch. Not everybody's out to destroy and copycat each other. There are good, legit sellers that want to make money and follow the rules. And the same thing with everything. Same thing with, I don't know, YouTubers and marketers. And there's people that are good. There's people that are not good. People that want to rip you off. People that don't and actually want to help. It's just the same thing with everything.
Yeah, yeah. Real talk, man. Real talk. Let's see. I'm flying out to Atlanta tomorrow, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're actually recording this episode a little early. We normally record late in the afternoon, but I got so much things to get done before I head out. So yeah, so that'll be fun. Leave tomorrow. I'll be back next Wednesday. So
Dang, you're gonna be out for a while.
well, yeah, no, I'm leaving. I'm leaving a couple days early because I've never been to Atlanta, so I want to
Okay.
kind of take in the scenery. So if you guys are in Atlanta, and I've mentioned this before, and surprisingly no one's ever contacted me, but but if you guys are in Atlanta and you guys want to hang out, maybe invite me over for dinner or something, hey, I'm available. Hit me up. Hit me up.
They're like Yong in Atlanta. Wah, wah. Just kidding.
I know, huh? No, actually, seriously though, me and a member of our group, we are gonna do a hangout.
Okay, cool.
Saturday afternoon, at 1 o'clock. I don't remember the exact location, but if you're part of the group, it is posted. Just look for that post somewhere within the group, and you guys can comment and let us know that you're gonna meet up with us. I would love to meet and chop it up with you guys. But
Yeah, get plenty of videos and upload that to your YouTube channel.
so that's the thing, man. I don't do YouTube. I might do maybe Periscope because I don't have to edit anything.
Okay, can you give us at least like some type of like footage for our group, at least like live footage, or like, hey, here's some of the members in the group saying what's up. We're talking merch. Give us some type of update. I mean,
How about
we're
a how
dying
about
here.
how about a photo?
Mm,
You want a video, huh?
it could be photoshopped. I would rather get a full video
Okay. Well,
with some decent editing too.
we'll see. I'll think about that.
Okay.
I'll think
Okay.
about that.
I
We'll
can't
see,
say I'll try, but I'll try to try.
we'll see what my boy Bash. Shout out to Bash. We'll see what he says.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Um,
I want to see something in the group.
but yeah. So I'll be in Atlanta, and but other than that, guys, we mentioned this every episode. Okay, my boy Travis, Merch Candy. Hey, if you guys are looking for real official designs, go to merchcandy.com. You know what? Let me take that back because I know Travis is switching platforms. I think the new site might be called designcandy.io. If that's the case, why don't you guys go check out both? I don't know if he's completely made that transfer. Go check out merchcandy.com/merchminds, or go check out designcandy.io. Travis is a really cool guy. He's got a bunch of really good designers that work for him. I've seen the designs myself. I use the service myself. I already have a couple of designs that's been uploaded on my dashboard. Really good designs. Check them out, and yeah, he'll take care of you. Glenn?
You want to email me, hustlerhacks1@gmail.com. I'll answer any questions, anything I can do to help you out, or you can subscribe to me on YouTube, Hustler Hacks, and also in the Merch Minds Facebook group, free to join if you want to go hang out talking about merch news, merch updates, and we also post the latest podcasts and stuff. So we're going to be doing some pretty cool things there too, trying to figure everything out because it's just been insane. And, not only just updates, but just in general with how many things have been going on lately. So
yeah, people are losing their damn minds, man.
And Yang, how can they contact you?
It's like a damn merch apocalypse out there. Yeah, you guys can reach me. Just like Glenn said, I'm in the Facebook group. Tag me. You can go to my website, geekhustle.com. You can also message me on geekhustle.com. Yeah, so you have some options as to how to find me. And other than that, guys, we really, really hope you guys are following the rules. We want nothing but you guys to succeed in this business. It's a great opportunity. Oh my gosh, I almost lost my breath there. Jeez. It's a great opportunity.
This guy's dying over there. That's how much he cares. He's dying over there. He's losing his breath. He really just cares. I'm glad that you're listening to the podcast too.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity, but I can assure you, if you're doing the right thing and you're following the instructions that well, not instructions, but if you believe what you're doing is correct and ethical, I don't think you'll have any issues.
And you're following the terms, and you love merch, and you're dominating, and you're doing well. Then
yo, man, why are you still saying dominating, man? Last time you texted me that, I thought you said dominatrix. I was like, this guy.
That's what you wanted it to say.
I was like, man, you sound to get all kinky on me, man. I'm like, what? Anyway,
that's what you wanted the text to say, Jan.
I don't know. I thought I read dominatrix.
But if that's what you want, I mean, we can get that arranged, especially when you're in Atlanta.
Okay. Guys, this is a family show. We're out of here. We'll see you next week.
See ya.